It's Australia's $3.5 trillion juggernaut industry. You would quite literally have to combine the annual GDPs of South Africa, Denmark, Norway, Singapore, Sweden, Austria, and Belgium, and you still would only beat Australian supers by 10 billion. And most Australians just go with what super is provided by their employers. So the question is, does it really matter what super you have? Short answer, yes. Want to know why? Or maybe you just want to know what the best options out there are available to you. In this video, we're going to be going over the 5 best available supers for the everyday Australian. And I'll give you $1 million worth of your money as a reason why it matters to know where you invest your super, as there may be hidden features within your current super that are killing the returns on your investments and overall gains on your super. Okay, but first things first, we got to establish some conditions because we don't want this to take forever. First condition is all performances will represent the last 10 years of historical performances of each fund. We'll also be going over conservative, balanced, and high growth funds for each of these companies. And then finally, we're going to end on the dark side of the superannuation industry. So the first company we're going to be going over is Australian Super, Australia's largest superannuation fund, accounting for 10% of all funds under management, also consisting of 3.3 million Australian savings. The second company we're going to be going over, and the second largest fund, is going to be Australian Retirement Trust. We then have Australian Ethical, Host Plus, and ending on UniSuper. Let's address the elephant in the room, which is Host Plus, as it doesn't have data for high growth. It does have a high growth fund, it's just premature and doesn't have 10 years of historical returns, and its returns since inception currently over 14%, which is kind of unrealistic, as if the investments were able to be maintained for 10 years at over 14%, this would be the news story. So the highest performing fund is UniSuper, and the lowest performing fund is Australian Ethical. A point to note is all these funds are member for profit, which means all the profits go straight to you and the company doesn't receive any profits, minus Australian Ethical. Even though only Australian Ethical is for profit, we still need to find where the $1.14 million goes to the CEO of Australian Super. Where does that money get made? And that is in the fees and costs of these super funds. Okay, so I'm about to show you the fees and costs of these supers, and you're gonna start laughing at me as you're gonna think, why am I making such a big deal out of such small numbers? So let me put it to you this way. You cannot guarantee the future performance of a fund based off its historical performance. It's a good indicator, but it is not a guarantee. But do you know what is a guarantee? How much you pay for these supers, which is those fees and costs. You can guarantee yourself paying less and getting better returns by just ensuring that you are not paying more than you need to. Okay, so the fees for Australian Super are coming in at 0.56. Australian Retirement Trust is 0.74, Australian Ethical 1.12, Host Plus at 1%, and UniSuper at 0.63%. Yes, I know, ridiculously small numbers. Not only 2 of them are making a whole percentage point, but let me change your perspective on this. Okay, so let's level the playing field. You're going to get the average industry standard of 7.9% return as reported over the last 32 years for industry super funds. You're going to have an initial deposit of 10K, reoccurring investments into that super of 10K every year for 49 years as you are 18 years old, and the average retirement is 67, aka you're 49 years away from retirement. And we're not going to adjust anything for inflation, just purely keeping the numbers nice and simple so we can focus on how much money are you actually losing come to retirement on these fees and administration costs. So your return across all the funds, not including fees, is going to come in at $6,135,842.63. And now we're going to take away the fees from the annual performances and see what our returns are going to be and see how much money we have lost. So as you can see, Australian Ethical has come in at a whopping $2,077,880.10 as the most amount of money lost. And then Australian Super coming in with $1,154,889.08. That is just shy of $1 million for just choosing a separate superannuation fund just on fees alone. $1 million gone just because you've decided to go with this super instead of that super. $2 million in fees, $1 million in fees. I don't know about you, but I would prefer to have $1 million in my pocket when I retire. Also, if you're interested to know how much the average Australian has in their superannuation by age group, at the end of this video, I'll have linked in that video for you, made by me. If this video today has helped you, please comment down below best supers. And if you would like to help grow this channel, please consider liking this video, and if you would like to see more of me, subscribe.